Hallo, heute sind wir im Loro Parque.
So you can see the birds are really enjoying this rain, or the artificial rain that we have, or the mist, spray. So the good thing about this, it's filtered water that we're putting through here, and the other good thing about all of this, it gives the birds a nice bath. It allows to clean any old dust and any old feathers off for them, because they're all new birds and they've got new feathers growing, so they've got little quills and little feathers that have separated. So it's nice for them to have a nice fresh start. So you'll see he's spraying all the branches and spraying all the top here. So every day the guys meticulously go through and clean all of the cages and spray all the top of the cages, all the dead leaves falling down off the magnificent bush up the top here. And the reason that they spray a lot of these branches as well is the birds roll around in the branches, and with all the water and the moisture on it, the birds love to roll around, especially with the pine and the eucalyptus. And the eucalyptus oil that's in the leaf comes out, and the birds love to roll it and drink it and play around with it. Again, we know it's all healthy. We know that there's really nothing here that can harm these birds. So you can see we go way out on a limb to look after these birds. So you can see how painstakingly meticulous everybody here looks after the birds and sees everything's healthy and clean, and makes sure that there's nothing left to chance or risk, because we're dealing with nature here, and we like to keep our birds healthy, and we like to keep them alive. And the proof here is really, we very, very rarely have a fatality or illness amongst our collection. So we're very lucky in that case, and I believe it's because of the diets that we give them, as well as our keepers are diligent and meticulously go through cleaning and looking after everything. Nothing's left to chance here, and nothing is left to rot. Sometimes I've worked in other places where people will leave a tray full of fruit to rot in the sun all day. Well, it doesn't happen here. The birds don't eat it after a few hours, we take it away, and then it gets recycled here. It gets used for our worm farm, or it gets used for other areas. Obviously it doesn't get used for other animals because we don't like zoonosis zoonotics, but we'll turn it into compost, or using it then for around our gardens and this type of thing. So everything gets used here. As well, you'll see the pine branches that are hanging up, the eucalypts that are here, they get taken away and then they get turned into mulch. And so then you'll see over here, if I can find something, in our gardens, all of our mulch. So this is all the pine. Well, we've got some pine here, we've got some casuarina here, and we've got some eucalypt. So this is all breaking down. So again, this all goes back into our gardens, and that's why you see such magnificent gardens here. We use everything, we try not to waste anything, and we certainly don't use plastics, and we certainly don't have pesticides in here. Everything is organic. Even if you see the banana skins, and we see the fruits, the orange skins here, everything is recycled and turned into some product that we use here in the zoo. So we're really lucky to be able to have the knowledge to do these things, as well as have the foresight to do it, and it's interesting for everyone. As well, it saves us throwing everything to the rubbish bin. Very little goes to the rubbish. What we have here is our plastics get recycled, and anything metal gets recycled. Even the papers and cardboard gets recycled. Even the glass gets recycled. As well, you can see here now what branches are here. Anything that's here that doesn't get used gets shredded and then turned back into compost, and that's what you see here. And that's why our plants all throughout the place look magnificent and wonderful. And Nicholas, our director of gardens, a fantastic job with his staff. We look after our plants as much as we look after our birds. And we need to look after these plants because they are magnificent, and they are helping us in our environment as well, So it's really, really a nice ecosystem that we have here at Loro Parque.
Schreibt jetzt eure Fragen in die Kommentare, vergesst nicht dem Video einen Daumen hoch zu geben. Damit ihr kein neues Video mehr verpasst, abonniert einfach kostenlos den Kanal.